Alrighty guys, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm sitting here with my breakfast, my bacon, and I've really been liking these little pita things that just has eggs and cheese in it. They're really good, and it's an easy little breakfast I can just make in the air fryer. So anyway, welcome back to another little vlog. I also have Luna over here trying to get my food. Luna, you want to say hi? She doesn't. Oh, she's turning her back now. Luna. No, you can't have my food. I know you want it, but you have to be patient, okay? All right, anyway, I need to really eat, and I need to decide what I need for groceries. It is 9:30, pretty much. Yeah, it's exactly 9:30, Saturday morning. My daughter's getting ready to come over and clean. She's also bringing the kids with her, which, you know, I don't really know how that will go with her cleaning and having the kids with her. And we need to go to the grocery store like right now as soon as I finish eating, because Sophie has a vet appointment at 11:30 to get her stitches out of her back. She had some teeth pulled and a dental cleaning, and then she had this like little mole or growth or something on her back, so they removed that as well, and she has to go get the stitches out. So that is at 11:30. So I've had to get up early this morning, kind of rushing around, kind of organizing the house. The house has been a little chaotic. The kids may go to the grocery store with me. I don't know. They may not. They may just want to sit here and watch TV while she cleans. They don't have to go with us, but I just don't want them like making a huge mess, you know, while she's cleaning, because that kind of defeats the purpose. Let me try this. I like to put these in the air fryer for 12 minutes. It makes it like nice and crispy. Y'all know I like everything super well done. Anyway, what to cook today or this weekend? I never have any idea, y'all. I try to just not do the same things. I try to find new meals. I go to TikTok a lot. Is my daughter here? They're here. Okay, let me see them, and then I will be back in a moment. Alrighty, welcome back guys. I'm not really sure what I said in my little intro yesterday because the kids came in, but yeah, we kind of had a little bit of a crazy morning with them. My daughter cleaned. We took the kids to the grocery store with us. We took them to the vet to get Sophie's stitches out. We took them to the bank to make a deposit. We came back. We kind of hung out a little bit waiting on my daughter to finish. And then it was almost lunchtime, so Charlie went and picked us up all lunch, and then it like blew up a thunderstorm. They finally all left. We ended up basically vegging and napping for the rest of the afternoon, and then I edited the video that hopefully y'all are watching today. And yeah, so that was kind of my Saturday in a nutshell. I think the kids will be back next weekend and spend the night. I would have let them spend the night this weekend, but my daughter was kind of like, the day was kind of messed up to where she wasn't really able to enjoy it or whatever, so I said let them come back next weekend. Anyway, so yeah, I think that whenever I was talking to y'all, I still had not even decided what I was going to cook, and they walked in, and of course I still hadn't decided, so I had to like decide really quickly what I wanted. And I'm not trying a new meal this week. We are, well, I guess technically I may be trying a new type of chicken. Basically I'm just going to marinate this chicken. I saw a TikTok video. Let me see if I can play it for you. Okay. Well, I cannot find the video. I must not have saved it. So I'm going to have to try to re-find it. But it was basically taking some of the non-fat Greek yogurt and doing like a marinade with that with some honey and some other seasonings, maybe some mustard or something. It did say to let the chicken marinate for like 24 hours, which I'm obviously not going to do that. I'm going to let Charlie grill it out. If I can find the recipe, then I will make that. If not, then I will just season it up with my hot and spicy seasonings. But we kind of had that in the little meal that we made last week, which, by the way, that meal we actually both loved it. It was good and spicy. Charlie's coming in. If y'all hear him, I think he just took my car, hopefully, and filled it up with gas. Yep. And he always does that every Sunday, fills my car up with gas, washes it, all of that good stuff, and then I don't have to worry about running out of gas. And if he ever forgets, I probably will run out of gas because I never look at my gas gauge hardly. Anyway, so the meal last week that we tried, the, what was it called? Like the Southwestern queso chicken bowl, whatever it was called, with the hash browns. It was really good. It was really spicy. Charlie loved it. It was almost too spicy for me because I had made the hash brown spicy. I had spiced up the chicken, and that spicy garlic or whatever was pretty spicy that we put on there. That sauce that I used, so it was really good. I would definitely make it again. And that was from Michaela over on TikTok. This other chicken that I found that was just marinated and either grilled or you can pan fry it or whatever, that was not from her. So I will have to see if I can scroll back through the recipes and find that again. But with that, we're just going to make some steamed broccoli and then some of the Uncle Ben's rice packets. I got 3 packets of those. So on the nights that we have it, then we will just have the chicken, the rice, and the steamed veggies. So that one, I'm really not going to show a full meal prep. If I can find, I'm really not going to show a full meal prep. So I might show what the plate ended up looking like on one of the nights that I eat it. And then for the other recipe, we are just going to make the ground turkey skillet bowl. It's from Skinny Taste. I've made it several times on here. It is a 0-point meal on Weight Watchers because it just uses 99% lean ground turkey and a ton of veggies. And it is really good. I love to eat that bowl. And I love to put sriracha on it and use my baked Tostitos with it. So if y'all can tell, we love some Southwestern Mexican style food around here, something spicy. One thing that I have learned in my weight loss, now weight maintaining journey, is that whenever you use a lot of lean foods and even vegetables and stuff like that, the longer I have cooked, the spicier I have liked my food, because it really gives it a better flavor and it makes it so much more enjoyable, and then it's more satisfying, and then I'm not craving all of the bad stuff. Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and try to find the recipe for the chicken. I will do that here in just a second because I need to get it marinated. Charlie has basically sliced 3 chicken breasts in half, so we have 6 chicken cutlets. That way he can grill it on the grill, but he may do that later. I don't know if he wants to do it in the heat. I kind of want to get out there in the pool a little bit. It boiled up a big storm yesterday right after lunch and kind of rained on and off all afternoon. And a while ago, I just let the dogs out. I need to go let them in, but I thought, oh, it's beautiful and sunny. And now it's overcast looking in just a couple of seconds. This Tennessee weather, y'all, and I don't know if it's the same way where you live. I know that several of y'all have commented down below that your weather has been crazy as well and that it has rained a lot, and it has. So anyway, without further ado, let me find my recipe for my chicken marinade so that I can get that in the refrigerator and so that it can at least soak up some of the flavor that it's supposed to have before Charlie grills it. But again, he may not grill it till later. So we really only have the one bowl to make, the ground turkey skillet bowl. Then I will probably vlog for the next couple of days. I have a ton of work to do upstairs in my office because I need to record some cash stuffing videos, some reels, stuff like that, and maybe I'll take y'all up there if I end up working or doing anything on my Cricut. Yeah, I can kind of show the new office, although I am looking for a new desk, so I don't know if I want to show it yet, but I kind of do have a new setup. My treadmill's up there, so it's my office / treadmill room. Which, speaking of that, there's one thing that I'm wanting to try, and I may do it starting in the morning, but one thing that I need to do is strength training, because the only thing that I do is pretty much walk on my treadmill since we quit going to Pilates. And I was looking for something that I could do at home. I have an Apple Watch, and I watched a couple of videos on people using Apple Fitness, and I thought that looked kind of interesting, and so I checked, and I can do the Apple Fitness for free for 1 month, and so I may try that and see how I like it, and just use some hand weights. I have a yoga mat, some hand weights, stuff like that. I can literally just do it down here on my TV because I have Apple TV on my TV in the living room. You can pair your watch to it. You have to have an Apple Watch to use it. That's the one thing. But most people I know has an Apple Watch. So I thought that I would give that a try this week and kind of see how I like it. So maybe you'll get a little recording of that, unless I'm about to die doing it. But we'll start easy. And I may start back up my plank challenge. I don't know if y'all remember a long time ago I could do a 10-minute plank, and yeah, your girl has not been doing her planks really in the past couple of years since I started pretty much once I had like my hysterectomy and everything, I probably have not like worked out like I should, which that was a year and a half ago. So we definitely need to strength train. One thing that I had happen whenever I went to Mexico, and this was something weird, I fell asleep on the plane. I always do, but my right arm has actually felt weird, like right through here, and like I haven't been able to pick stuff up. I thought that it's where my arm went to sleep, and sometimes that can happen from like a vitamin B12 deficiency, which if you've ever had weight loss surgery, you don't absorb B12 like you should. That happened one time. One of my legs went to sleep. It took like 2 weeks, y'all, for the feeling to come back, and one of the doctors that I worked with at the time said, oh, you're deficient in B12, you have to take that like under the tongue. Your stomach just does not absorb it. So I religiously take my B12 and I've not had any issues. But after, when I went to Mexico, it happened, and my arm kind of bothered me all week. It is a little bit better. It does kind of come and go, but like when I pick up my coffee pot in the mornings, it's like I literally cannot straighten up. And so my sister was like, that's a nerve in your neck, which I know that I have a bad neck. And so I've been debating on whether or not I need to reach out to the doctor about it, but then it will feel a little bit better. But then my biceps started hurting a little bit, I think because I was using my arm differently than normal, because this part of my arm down here, like going down into my fingers, is what was feeling weird. So yeah, I'm like, I need to start strength training, because if I have some kind of muscle weakness, even if it is from a nerve, if I strength train, I think that it will help. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. Let's cook. All right, I finally found the recipe for this chicken, and I'm gonna play it for you.
Greek yogurt, olive oil, lemon. You know, if you mix together Greek yogurt, olive oil, lemon, honey, garlic, and my perfect seasoning blend and pour it over chicken, you will have the most delicious chicken marinade. The yogurt tenderizes the meat and helps hold in all of that moisture, so you are left with juicy chicken that has so much flavor. I love to marinate this overnight, but even just an hour is gonna do the trick.
You can cook these however you'd like. I'm gonna just give them.
Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm going to make, and I'm going to turn you around here and show you what I have out. Okay, so here I went ahead and just put the chicken breast in this casserole dish to put the marinade on, and that's what I have to make. So I have all of this stuff. I did not pick up any fresh lemon because I forgot about that, so I'm just going to use my lemon juice, but it does call for a lot of different seasonings. I've got this, it calls for like an all-purpose. I'm going to use this Kinder's. I love this, it's so good. I've got paprika, basil, onion powder, oregano, cayenne pepper, and it also called for fresh parsley. I don't have that, so I'm just going to put some dried parsley in there, some honey, some olive oil, which is in that little thing there, some minced garlic. I think it called for like 5 garlic cloves, and then for some Greek yogurt. So I'm just going to use 2 of my little Greek yogurts. We're basically going to mix this up and smother it all over the chicken just like she did, and put it back in the fridge, and then Charlie can grill this later. Alright, let me find, what do I want to mix that in? I'm going to use this huge bowl. It's going to be too big, but it will be something good to mix this marinade in. That's one of my Pampered Chef bowls from back in the day when people used to sell. I don't know if people still sell Pampered Chef or not. So, okay, she actually has the ingredients on here. It says half a cup of, it says plain full fat Greek yogurt. I'm using non-fat Greek yogurt. So I'm going to go ahead and put both of my Greek yogurts in. Let me tilt you down so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I think that before I cook my ground turkey skillet bowl, we may go out and enjoy the pool for a little while. It's pretty hot and sunny out there again, and it might end up raining, and so I feel like I always end up missing the sun. And Charlie's just making us a pizza for lunch. We haven't eaten anything yet today. So I think I'm going to mix this up and throw it in the fridge, and then come back and make the ground turkey skillet bowl in a couple of hours, because we probably won't be able to stand it out there too long. But your girl needs a tan. I mean, I'm losing it because I just have not been able to enjoy the pool. So I'm using 2 of these cups of yogurt. I think hers calls for like half a cup or whatever, but this is a non-fat Greek yogurt, so it's 0 points anyway. I don't know if this is like 1/4 of a cup for one of these, or if it's half a cup. Doesn't matter to me. The honey that I'm using is some local honey that I bought from somebody that I work with actually. And it's literally the best honey that I've ever tried in my life. We've almost used the whole container, and he only makes it like once a year, but it's super sweet. It's good. And no, it's not a fourth of a cup. It only calls for like a tablespoon of honey. We might have to put in a little more than a tablespoon. And we're just gonna eyeball it because I don't want to. There we go. To me, stuff like this is hard to like measure out in a container. That's so good. It's so sweet. But it's almost gone. Charlie uses this to mix up honey and apple cider vinegar. That's what he takes if he feels like he's going to get sick or anything. So it's almost gone. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another one of those, but that's disappointing. So a tablespoon of honey, a fourth of a cup of olive oil. I feel like this is quite a bit of olive oil, but we're going to go with it. Most of it's going to burn off on the grill anyway. But you're not grilling this yet, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
Keep it clean.
Charlie's out there cleaning the grill. I'm like, it's got to marinate for a little while. We're going to float in the pool for an hour or two. Then he can grill it while I make the ground turkey skillet bowl. Okay, so it's calling for about a fourth of a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. This is as close as I'm going to get to freshly squeezed. And it's also calling for like the zest of a lemon, but this will be fine. I actually may not put a whole fourth of a cup. We'll just put about that much because this is probably a little bit stronger than regular lemon juice. I don't know. A teaspoon of lemon juice zest, or lemon zest, which I do not have. 5 cloves of garlic. Of course, I'm going to use my my minced garlic here in a jar. And we're just going to do, that's probably like 2, 4, 5. You can't ever have too much garlic. Okay, now we are finally ready for all of the seasonings. So we're going to do half a teaspoon of seasoning salt. The only thing about this Kinder's is it kind of clumps up in here. I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with it. I don't know why it gets all clumpy. This stuff is so good on chicken. I think I used it in last week's recipe too. It's just got a good sweet flavor. I don't know. I like it. So we're going to do half a teaspoon of that. A fourth of a teaspoon of black pepper. I did salt and pepper my chicken breast separately just because I always like to do that. Otherwise, I feel like it's not going to taste right if I don't. Okay, half a teaspoon of paprika. Well, that's not coming out. I just filled this last week. Half a teaspoon of onion powder. I swear, look, whoops. Nothing's working right today. Half a teaspoon of dried oregano. Half a teaspoon of the dried basil. A fourth of a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. I'm just going to eyeball that because I don't feel like trying to pour that out. Oh, it also calls for a fourth of a teaspoon of coriander. I do not have that. And ground cumin. I didn't get that one out. And cumin's one of my favorites. So what, a fourth of a teaspoon of this? I'm just going to eyeball this too. Okay, I think that's everything in here. All of this, I'm going to mix it well, and then we are literally going to just kind of pour it and massage it into the chicken breast. Okay, here's what we're looking like. Looks pretty good. I'm going to just pour it over the chicken, and then I think I'm going to grab a little glove and kind of massage it in like she did. Okay, I got me a glove on. Woo, it's cold. And we just want to make sure that it gets massaged into each piece really well. Turn it over, massage the other side. These chicken breasts, y'all, are like so huge. It seems like, I swear chicken breasts used to not be this big. Whoops, I'm making a mess, of course. Oh well, I'll clean that up. Honestly, I think that like I could get for myself 4 servings out of 1 chicken breast. Okay, I think that's coated pretty well. I'm going to pop this lid on and just stick it in the refrigerator, and then Charlie can grill it out later whenever. All right, let me clean all this up. I'll be right back. Okay, so hopefully that chicken turns out well. I will be excited to try that. So that will probably be what we end up eating later tonight for dinner, and then I will show you a plated up dish of it so that you can see what it looks like, because we will not make the Uncle Ben's rice until we get ready to eat it. I will go ahead later and do the steamed veggies, and that way they will be in the containers and the chicken, and then all we have to do is warm that up and then add the rice. So very easy meal prep. If you don't like meal prepping, you really can't hardly get easier than just grilling up some chicken. Some people like to just grill up their meats or whatever and then just make their sides throughout the week, do whatever with it. I see a lot of people doing that as well. So yeah, we're going to eat lunch real quick, and then I'm going to go get in the pool. So maybe by the time you see me here in like 10 seconds, I'll come back and either be red or have a little bit of a tan or whatever. We'll see. But I'm going to eat lunch, swim a little bit, and then we're going to make the ground turkey skillet bowl. Alright guys, just like that, I am back from the pool. We were out there for a couple of hours or so. It's sunny now, but it was kind of getting a little bit cloudy and looked like it was going to rain at about 4 o'clock, and it is 4:08 now. It's not raining, but you know, that can also be on another side of town or whatever. But I was like, okay, I'm feeling antsy. I feel like I have to get my stuff done. I still have 3 loads of laundry to do, so I swapped out my laundry and put another load in, and now I'm ready to make this ground turkey skillet bowl. So let's go over here. I've got all the ingredients out, and we will throw this together real quick. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that. I don't know if I zoom in if you'll be able to see it any better, but this is from Skinny Taste. This is the ground turkey skillet with zucchini, corn, black beans, and tomato. And so here are all of the ingredients, I think, that we're gonna need, other than my seasonings. I did not get those out, but I'm kind of doubling the recipe. So I'm using 2 packs of the 99% lean ground turkey. We have 3 zucchinis here instead of 2. I have 2 tomatoes chopped up. I'm going to drain and rinse a can of black beans and corn. We do need some garlic and a couple of jalapenos. Charlie also cut up a couple of these cayenne peppers that he has grown in the backyard and put in here. So this is 2 jalapenos and 2 cayenne peppers. It also calls for cilantro, which I personally love, but Charlie does not, so I'm going to leave it out. And then I also have a lime back here. To me, this is really good if I squeeze the lime juice over it. And then I also have another lime that we can cut up if we want to add a little bit on top during the week. Sometimes we do that, sometimes we don't. And then whenever I do eat this meal, I do like to put some sriracha on it, and I eat it with my baked Tostitos because this is a 0-point meal. So anyway, let's get to cooking. Alright, so I've got my ground turkey in here, and I'm going to use my little chopper. The ground turkey sometimes likes to stick to it since it is 99% lean. So I do like to spray this just with the pan cooking spray, and then it does not stick as much. So I'm going to chop this up, and then we will season this up with some salt, pepper, ground cumin. That might be all that this calls for. I can't really remember. Okay, we've got the ground turkey chopped up. We're going to go ahead and season up with salt and pepper. So that was the salt, now the pepper. So it says to season with 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of the ground cumin, and then we're going to season again later. So I'm going to kind of eyeball this. I love ground cumin. It's one of my favorite seasonings. Anyway, that's it for now. We're going to kind of get this browned up, and then we will add in the garlic. I'm leaving the onion out per usual. And, oh, I need tomato paste too. I knew I was forgetting something. So I'm going to get my little can of tomato paste out, and I will be back once this is cooked all the way through. Okay, I don't think that I was recording, but I literally just said that the turkey was done and put in 2 tablespoons of the tomato sauce. I mean, not tomato sauce, the tomato paste. And was mixing that up, and then I noticed that my screen went dark. So I guess I didn't hit record. So sorry about that. So anyway, so we're getting ready to add everything else in. I'm going to kind of turn the heat down. And we're going to go in with, how much garlic does it say? 1½ cloves. Both of my dishes have a lot of garlic in them this week. So we're just going to go in with a couple of tablespoons. That should be good. And I have drained and rinsed the can of black beans and corn. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And I'm going to add in my diced tomatoes. If you don't want to dice tomatoes, you can also use Rotel in this. I think I've done that before whenever I've forgotten to get tomato. But that's 2 just regular tomatoes diced up. Oh, I can't forget my jalapenos and the cayenne pepper. So I'll be curious to see if it tastes any different with those. But Charlie has grown a few little cayenne peppers this year. He ate one of them. I put it on Instagram the other day. It was pretty funny. It wasn't really hot until he got to the very end of it and got the seeds in his mouth. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook for just a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add in the zucchini, which will almost overflow this bowl, or this pan, because it's a lot of zucchini. But that's what I love about this dish. It's full of vegetables. You can't go wrong with it, and it's 0 points. Okay, we're ready to go in with all of the zucchini, and then it says to add another teaspoon of salt and the ground cumin. Okay, so I got the zucchini in. We're going to go in with some more salt and some more ground cumin, about a teaspoon of each. And then we're basically going to cook this until the zucchini is softened, but it still needs to be tender crisp, it says, so you don't want it to be too soft. So it takes just a few minutes, and honestly, that's about it. I am going to cut my lime in half, and I will squeeze probably the full lime on here. I love the taste of the lime juice in this. It's so good. To me, it really helps bring out the flavor of everything. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, and then we'll put the lime juice on, and this will be ready to plate up. All right, I am back. It's been a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and squeeze this lime both sides. So we're going to squeeze the full lime on here. Of course, anything that you don't like, leave out. I always leave out the onion. I left out the cilantro because Charlie doesn't like it, although I do. If you don't like garlic, leave it out if you want to make it. If you don't like limes, leave it out. Whatever. You can change everything up however you like. That's what I have found works for me in all of my recipes. I just change it. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to give this about 5 more minutes, and then I think that the zucchini should be softened enough, and maybe not even that long. So I will get this plated up, show you the finished bowls, and Charlie just took the chicken out to start putting it on the grill, so maybe I'll show you what the chicken looks like once he gets it done. I need to get the steamed vegetables going in the microwave. I do like to cook those, and I go ahead and put them in the containers and add salt, pepper, and garlic powder on there so they are already seasoned up whenever we get ready to eat it. Alright, be right back. Alrighty guys, here is the completed ground turkey skillet bowl. It always turns out good. I had a little taste of it, and it is delicious as usual. You cannot go wrong with this. Again, this is a recipe from Skinny Taste. I will try to remember to link it down below. But if I don't, then you can just always Google Skinny Taste ground turkey skillet bowl, and you should be able to pull it right up. But anyway, that's going to possibly wrap up meal prep for the day. We'll see if I can get a clip of the chicken and stuff after Charlie gets done with that. Alrighty, Charlie has finally got the chicken breasts grilled. They look good. Charlie, did you taste it? How was it?
It's good.
Good? What does it taste like?
Like good chicken.
Alright, so that is going to definitely wrap up meal prep for the day. I'm going to throw these in the fridge. Again, we will make a packet of the Uncle Ben's rice, and that will go in the little empty spot here in these containers. But chicken looks good. It marinated for probably, 3 hours or so in the fridge. But the girl said that it's good if you marinate it for like 24 hours. So we'll see. Maybe I will give an update later in the video if we have this for dinner tonight. I think I want to try this one later. But I got to go upstairs and get some work done. Alrighty guys, here is my completed chicken, rice, and veggies meal, which, yes, Charlie has already cut my chicken up for me. I'm going to give it a taste. Let me turn y'all around. Let's see if this chicken marinated in this yogurt and stuff is any good. Okay, it has a very good flavor. It's not too dry. I like it. I know I like the veggies and the rice. I'd probably rate this a good 9 out of 10. We'll see. I'll give my final rating later in the week. I love when they're cooked and it's like nice and black and crispy. Okay, I'm gonna go eat, and I will talk to y'all later. Hey guys, how are you doing? It is actually Thursday and I was working on my video and I realized that I did not close out my video, so I just thought that I'd come on here and have a quick little car chat with you. I actually just got off of work and it's just been hard to talk in the mornings to y'all because I've been talking to my daughter. She's been having to go in early, but next week should be easier and I should kind of be back to my normal car chats. I have a hair in my mouth. I'm actually getting ready to go try to get these nails done. I got those done before I went to Mexico and they're still on. One of them did pop off. It popped off like it was a fake fingernail. It's on my thumb and I was pulling my hair up in my bun when I got up the other morning and the whole nail came off. I was like, oh Lord, I didn't even know that like the dip polish would like come off like that, and I think a hair or something got underneath it and it popped it right off. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here. I actually meant to come on here earlier in the week and I just forgot about it, and then I was working on my video and I was like, oh my gosh, I just like left off and didn't finish. So I'm having to try a new nail salon, which I'm not too crazy about. My girl that I went to for so many years is not working past 5 o'clock during the week because she has to pick up her kids, which I get it. And she did try to squeeze me in today for just like one of my appointments, but then I was feeling like I was going to be rushed and I really don't like to pay for it anyway. So I don't want to go and pay for a service and feel rushed or feel like, you know, she's going to like skip steps or whatever just to try to get me in and out. And I don't really go for like a luxurious pedicure or whatever, but she does. I do kind of have like ingrown toenails or whatever, and she is the best one to get those out. So I'm curious to see who I get tonight, and I'm just going to a completely different salon. So yeah, and it might end up being expensive, but I thought I would get my nails done now. And I'm going to try to see, because my real nail has grown quite a bit under this dip powder, if I can maybe not do tips or anything and just see if I can get my real nails to grow. The problem is I have very small little nail beds and the polish does not want to stick to my nails long term. So that's one reason that I can't get like a full month like everybody else that I know. And honestly, my nails are probably like the size of kids. Like any nail tech I've ever been to, they cannot believe like how small, especially like my pinky nail and my little toenail and stuff like that, they're just so tiny. They actually have to cut down the smallest nail, like if I have to get a tip or anything to fit on my real nails. So anyway, so my little tiny nails is one of the problems. So we'll see what I end up getting done at this place. This is kind of a newer salon here in town. I think it's called Milano or something. I don't know. It's not too far from my house. It's a few miles from work. So I just thought, oh, I will try to get on here and chat, and then I'll probably try to close the video out after I get my nails done. I'll show you what I get done. I really don't know what I want as far as like my color, shape. I really can't do much with the shape unless I do like a tip or something. So we'll see how it ends up. And y'all know I've been doing like my press-on nails to save the money, but I do have money in my beauty envelope, so I will be using that to treat myself and get my nails done. I guess I kind of think about it like, you know, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And then if I don't, if I want to save the money, then I will. The next thing I have to do too for my beauty envelope is get my hair done. I don't know if I'm going to get it done before I go to Florida or if I want to get it done when I come back, because I'm going to be off like that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But on Wednesday I am having a place on my scalp removed, so I want to get my hair done before that because it'll probably be a while before I can get it done again. So anywho, such is life. Things that you know, I have to just take care of and get done. So I'm going to be at the nail salon here in just a moment, I believe. But yeah, it's actually been like a crazy work week, and every day has like flown by. I have been so busy. I don't know, like literally the other day I was there till 6 o'clock. I didn't even know it. And one of my employees texted me because I was like in my boss's office talking to him, And she was like, is everything okay? Your car's still here. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize how late it was. It's just like the days are just flying by. I don't know. I can't keep up. But I'm fixing to pull into the nail salon. So I will touch base with y'all maybe whenever I get home and close out with a little meal prep update on my chicken that I made, the little marinated chicken breast. And I'll show you my nails. Hopefully they turn out good. Fingers crossed. See you in a minute. Alrighty guys, I finally made it home from the nail salon. It is like 7:15 now, and Charlie has already eaten and everything. I need to go in there and take off my makeup and everything, but I was actually able to not do the tips. So these are my real nails. Of course, they could still grow a lot more, but I still think that they look pretty good to be my nails. I was afraid that they would be too weak, but he basically did the dip on there and then did all of the filing and everything. So that like gave them the strength to where they wouldn't break. So I just went with like this pink, and I did put like a white chrome on top, which just kind of gives it like that shininess, and I don't know, I kind of low-key love it. But anyway, got that done. I'm home now. I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. What I was gonna say on the chicken meal is that it is really, really good. I would highly recommend it. It really gave the chicken a lot of flavor. I think I did do like a little taste test earlier in the video whenever I ate it for dinner Sunday night, but overall I would definitely make this again, so it will definitely go into the rotation and we will do that again in the future. All Charlie did was grill it on the grill. It marinated for like 2 or 3 hours and it turned out perfect. But anyway, I love you guys. I thank y'all for watching. If you make it all the way to the end, leave this emoji right here and let me know that you made it to the end, and follow me on all the social media. All my links should be down in the description box. I love you guys. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.
You're the traveling kind. It's a